Yo, hey family, welcome back to the Safe Space Podcast. I'm your host, Malakai. I'm a teacher, I'm a mentor, I'm all the things. And this is a safe space where we guide kids with care and not control. In the last episode, we talked about connection before correction, how relationship lays the foundation for growth. Today, we're taking the next step. How do we teach responsibility without using shame? Because kids can learn accountability without feeling small. So let's get into it. Section 1. Shame is not responsibility. Let's start here. Shame sounds like, what's wrong with you? You should know better. Why do you always do this? Shame attacks identity. Responsibility sounds like, hey, let's talk what happened. What can we learn from this? How can we fix it? Responsibility builds skill. Shame may stop behavior temporarily, but it damages confidence and honesty long term. Section 2. Why kids avoid responsibility. Now, kids don't necessarily avoid responsibility because they're lazy or they're careless. They avoid it typically because they're afraid of consequences. They fear disappointment, or they've learned mistakes equal rejection. If responsibility feels unsafe, kids are going to deny, they're going to deflect, they're going to blame other people, or they're going to lie. Our job is to make accountability feel safe enough to tell the truth. Section 3. What responsibility really means. Now, responsibility isn't about punishment. It's about recognizing impact, owning choices, repairing harm, and learning for the next time. True responsibility says, well, I messed up and I know what to do differently. That's a skill, not a character trait. Section 4. How to teach responsibility without shame. Now, let's get practical. Number 1, stay calm. If you're escalated, responsibility shuts down. Calming natures invite honesty. Number 2, separate the child from the behavior. You can say things like, that choice was not okay, but you're still valued. Kids can own mistakes when their worth isn't threatened. Number 3, ask reflective questions. Instead of accusing, ask what happened. What were you feeling? Who was affected? What could you do next time? Reflection builds awareness. If we don't take the time to ask and we automatically assume based off of a past behavior or a behavior that's new, this causes shutdown. And kids won't trust you. They won't want to talk to you. So if you go up to a child that, let's say, they knock over a vase and they break it, and you don't give them a chance to say what happened, and you're automatically resulting to punishment or a beating or things of the sort. Because in reality, what if they genuinely were playing and they tipped over the desk where the vase was and it broke, or the glass was and it broke? It was a mistake. It's okay. So let's ask them what happened. Let's allow them to explain what's going on. As I said, reflection builds awareness. Number 4, focus on repair. Responsibility includes making things right. So you can ask, how can we fix this? What do you need to do to repair the situation? Repair teaches accountability without fear. So going back to this glass situation, if they broke the glass or the vase, whatever it is, and you ask what happened, and they say, hey, I was running and I was playing and having a good time when I tapped the table and the glass or the vase fell and now it's broken. Okay, how can we fix this? What can you do? What do you need to do to repair this situation? This gives kids a chance to be responsible, a chance to reflect on what needs to happen, a chance to practice regulation and communication. So you'll get answers like, Maybe instead of running in the house next time, I can ask you to go outside and play. Or maybe I can play a different game that's safer for indoors, you know? Number 5, let's normalize mistakes. You could say everyone makes mistakes because we do. Adults too. Stop acting like you don't make mistakes. Parents, teachers, mentors, pastors. Stop acting like you guys aren't human. Stop acting like you guys don't make mistakes. Because mistakes are healthy. Because you can let a child know that everyone makes mistakes. And this is how we learn. Shame shuts learning down. Safety keeps it open. Section 5. Natural consequences versus shame. Now, consequences don't have to be harsh to be effective. Natural consequences are related. They're reasonable. They're respectful. For example, if something is broken, we fix it. If trust is hurt, we rebuild it. Consequences should teach, not humiliate. I'll say that again. Consequences should teach them, not humiliate them. Section 6. Values, faith, and accountability. For many of us, our values and our faith shape how we view responsibility. Accountability doesn't come from fear. It comes from understanding grace and growth. When kids see responsibility modeled with humility, they learn it naturally. Again, going back to a couple podcasts ago, kids are sponges. They absorb everything that they see. If we're supposed to be watering them, we can't water them. If they're the seed and we're watering them, we can't give them bad water. We can't give them water that's contaminated with our lack of humility, with our lack of taking responsibility. How can we want them to learn? How can we want them to grow if we're not watering them the right way, or we're watering them with bad water? You know what I'm saying? And personally, this also works. This work invites us to kind of hold kids to standards without crushing their spirits. In Section 7, what kids learn when responsibility is safe. When responsibility is taught without shame, kids learn honesty. They learn resilience. They learn problem solving. They learn emotional maturity. And they learn self-trust. They learn that mistakes don't define them. How they respond to mistakes does. Here's what I want you to remember. Shame may control behavior, but responsibility builds character. Kids don't need to feel bad to do better. They need guidance. They need safety. And they need clarity. When we teach responsibility with care, we raise kids who can own their choices with confidence and not fear. Thank you guys for being here with me on the Safe Space Podcast. We're going to continue next week talking about things similar to this topic, so I pray that you are ready to receive. And remember, I'll see you next week. Every child is a seed. It just takes someone willing to water it. Peace.